Hello everyone and welcome. This is the Silent K and today we're going to be playing some MekHQ. I do apologize for letting the stream run a little long before I got started. I had to change shirts. I'm sure you guys understand. I was wearing a shirt that was not appropriate for the stream, and so I had to change it at the last second. So I do apologize. Yes, here I am, Rank. I'm glad you could make it. We are starting exactly where well, almost exactly where we left off. I did try to find some standard armor and some LRM-15 ammo. There were a couple of other things that I did. I got this Mad Cat N out of mothballs, and I replaced the two busted machine guns in the left torso with an ER small laser in the left torso. So we might be running with that at some time in the near future. It does have two ERPBCs for long range combat. And up close it has two LRM-15s, two medium pulse lasers, that ER small, and two machine guns. In the meantime though, I think we are going to be mothballing it, since we don't have any immediate use for it. Yes, Ridden is a no. Shoyab is a no. Septi should be able to do that. Okay, Septi is putting the Mad Cat into mothballs. Inappropriate shirt, the world will wonder. It was a work t-shirt, and I'm not trying to advertise where I work at. That's all it is to it. I forgot to change before I went live, and it took me an extra minute to go in and swap out real quick. Nothing major. Just not trying to dox myself is all. We do have the Griffin is being, that's gonna be like another 30 days, I think, on the Griffin. Let's just start at the beginning of the daily log. We got some birthdays. We got the critical convoy escort today, which is going to be 25,000 points worth of Op4. So we are going to be spending our support points on that, because we're going to want to bring two lances. Chris performed maintenance on the Atlas. Things are looking pretty good. I honestly don't see anything that is not factory quality. The Black Knight also quality A. Other than that hand actuator, which is improving, I don't see anything that needs improvement. We did get a 270 engine, a pair of 270 engines, and a pair of 300 engines. We got 4 medium lasers and 25 tons of armor. Oh, no, I am not trying to get sponsored from my work. I don't think they would go for that. If they sponsored me, they'd have to sponsor a bunch of other people. I don't think they would go for that. No, I don't. We did also, we removed 3 mechs from the unit roster. We fixed the armor on the Bane. We've got a base defense mission starting tomorrow. Let me maximize that. Okay, there we go. Base defense, where did it go? Base defense will occur tomorrow, and that is happening over here. That is 0608 is the they have not bid away any forces. I did improve Ilya's doctor skill level off camera, so I hope you guys don't mind about that. And then actually on this Mad Cat N, I did do a couple of it took a couple of iterations. I had to move the small laser, or remove a pair of machine guns and replace them with a small laser. And then the second iteration was I moved this half ton of machine gun ammo to the left torso, because it wasn't the center torso, and I did not want to take the chance of having that center torso crit blowing up my Mad Cat. I'd rather have it take out the left torso. We can always repair that. Other than that, I don't think anything else is going on. We've just got this turning point mission due today, and we're gonna need to bring 2 lances for that. It is a light gale, it is a heavy fog, and sleet, and dusk dawn. Okay, well, Virank, I had been posting on the Discord whether you would like to engage your XP in weathered. Machine guns on a Mad Cat seem unlikely to see use. Too busy using those long-range weapons. I think more heat sinks. Well, I only had half a ton to play with because the only thing that I was able to take out was a pair of machine guns, and those are a quarter ton each. So I only had half a ton. I replaced it with a ER small, and then I moved the remaining ammo for the 2 machine guns that it still had in the right torso. I mean, we could pull these other 2 machine guns out of the right torso and replace them with another ER small, and then we could pull the ammo out and replace it with a 3rd ER small. We can do that. That is not beyond the realm of possibility. Cancel mothball. Okay, so we can pull the machine guns and the machine gun ammo. That would give us a ton. We can either go with 2 ER smalls, or we could go with an ER medium. Not sure about the heat on that mech. Another heatsink might be good also. It has, if I'm not mistaken, 16 double heat sinks. Yeah, it has 16 double heat sinks, so it can fire the 2 PPCs and run without building up any heat. At close range, it does have the 2 LRM-15s, so it's 10 heat, 2 medium pulses, that's 18, and the ER small is 20. So yeah, it runs cool at close range, 20 out of 32, well 22 if it runs, out of 32. So we could throw in another ER medium. Want to fire 2 ER PPCs and 2 LRM-15s at long range? That's 15 plus That's 30, that's 40. We would have to come up with another 5 tons. 1, 2, 3, 4. We could just do it. Oh. Didn't mean to click that. Let's do that. Ammo. And then heat sinks. Energy, ER small. ER small. And then the ammo. We'll do 1, 2, 3, and we'll put the heat sinks in the leg. So if it does end up in water, it can get a little extra cooling. We need more double heat sinks. We have 23 double heat sinks, clan style. We need 6 of them to do this build. Can we use inner sphere double heat sinks? That's a good question. You want to fire 2 ER-PPCs and 2 LRM-15s at long range. I think heat sinks might be better than ER medium lasers if crit space isn't available, but just a thought. I like 3 tons of armor with 2 LRM-15s, 3 tons of ammo. Well, right now, we're even on the tonnage. We're +2 on the heat. So we can fire everything, and movement heat is all we have to worry about. So that is 30, 40, +2 for movement is 42. And the ER small. Okay, if we keep the ER small silent, we can fire the ER-PPCs and the LRMs and run and be heat neutral. If we fire the ER small, we build up 2 points of heat. I think that's pretty acceptable. We could throw in the clan or the inner sphere double heat sinks. We've got 1, 2 of them. We could put them in the arms. We could put them in the arms, but honestly, it's only 2 of them. Oh, 3, 4. We'd have to find room for some double heat sinks. So we've got one, we got two, we've got three, we've got four, five. Where do we put the last one? I'm thinking the right arm, maybe? Or the right torso? That would actually bring its battle value down, and I think make it more effective. We don't have any double heatsink pods. But we'll see if we can maybe do this refit. Tamalika can do it on a 6, or Susan can do it on a 6, or where's Fox? Fox must be busy. We'll have Susan do that on a 6. And then I'll take all of 25,680 minutes. That is not great. Uh, 25,000 minutes is a long time. Let's try there, and there, and there, and there. We can do that in 150 minutes. I'm fine with any of those skills. Blind Fighter isn't bad. We can do it next time we travel. We might need this mech before we travel, the way this mission is going. I'm gonna go ahead and put in some double heatsink pods, because it only takes 150 minutes, and that does give us a usable mech right now. We'll have Tamalika. Okay, let's check out, the Mad Cat now has 32 double heat sinks. It has, it still has everything. Did we, what? Double heat sinks have been added to the procurement list. Oh. We need 5 omnipods for heat sinks. We have the heat sinks, we just need the omnipods for them. Let's see if we can get those, or if we need to cancel that upgrade. We Blind Fighter, Terrain Master, Multitasker, some like it hot dog. Okay, so we like Blind Fighter Blind Fighter first to negate some of that darkness modifier. Terrain Master can get you more mobility. Some like it hot. Let me pull the Discord back up real quick. Some like it hot reduces the targeting penalties for heat. Okay, so we're liking Blind Fighter first. I mean, Blind Fighter is not bad. Not bad at all. It's expensive, but it can be really helpful anytime the visibility is less than ideal. We already have Weathered. Weathered, remind me. Reduces -1 penalty due to weather. If we get you... Blind Fighter, that is 60 XP. Yeah, some like it hot, reduces the penalty after you fire everything. I wish there was an SPA that would reduce the movement penalty after firing everything, but near as I can tell, there isn't one. We can do Blind Fighter, we can do Hot Dog, which reduces your chances of shutdown. We can do Some Like It Hot. Some Like It Hot reduces the hit penalty. But if you like Blind Fighter, we can do Blind Fighter. You have the XP for it. And that'll help you anytime there's weather inclement or darkness. Ranking skills would be Blind Fighter, Terrain Master, Multitasker, Some Like It Hot, Hot Dog. I mean, we can do Blind Fighter. I'm gonna hold off on finalizing anything until I hear from you, but we can do Blind Fighter. In the meantime, we do have a battle that we need to take care of today. That is the Convoy escort against 25,000 points worth of enemies. Aleutian is waiting some armor. We could do Galatea and Aleutian. Yeah, we'll do Galatea and Aleutian. That should give us 23,000 and change. Actually, against 25. I mean, we can do Tonga and Aleutian. Yeah, we'll do Tonga. And we'll do Aleutian. Wait. Evolution has an injured crew member. Oh, Ernestine Feller, wounded. With a broken rib. We've also got the Clint and the Cronus out of action right now. We could bring in Galatea Lance. That would be Wyvern, Tentacle Shogun, Scarponi, and Vernita. We just need to repair the Warhammer. That would bring us 13,000 points. So that would be 27,000, give or take. Yeah, let's go ahead and repair up that Warhammer. Since we have the armor for it now. Who can we get on that? We can have Elena. And she can do all of that on ones at minimum time. So we've got 214 points of armor left in stock. Oh, hold on, which lance was that again? That was... Okay, we're gonna have Galatea reinforcing. Galatea reinforcing. And that's gonna be all of our support points. That's gonna be 10 plus minus 2, 4, 6. No, minus 4. So we need a 6. We got a 7. Okay, good deal. We were able to successfully reinforce. Oh, random guy said he'll be here soon. Good deal, good deal, good deal. Unfortunately, he is not going to be involved in the next battle. As a matter of fact, Petra is going to be out until tomorrow. That's 12.8. Okay. We can do a random guy and Petra and Mariana Lance on the battle tomorrow. That might be next week's episode. But we should definitely be able to wallop them under those circumstances. So we've got Tonga and Galatea against... We've got a Phoenix Hawk on our side. We've got 6 units that we need to protect against 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 2 stars of enemies plus 2 points of elementals. Light gale, heavy fog, and sleet. Let's re-roll that. We've got dawn dusk and light snowfall with calm and clear fog. I think that's how we're gonna rock it. Okay, compact display. We've got the elementals riding on the Fenris. We've got the elementals riding on the Pouncer. As far as battle value goes, we have the Black Hawk Nova with its 12 ER medium lasers worth 3,500 points. That is worth more than the Cestus, the Manowar, the Warhammer, and the Stalker. The Pouncer with a pair of ERPPCs worth 3,300 points with a veteran pilot. That is also worth more points than the Cestus, the Man of War, the Warhammer, or the Stalker. The Ryokan Stormhawk with 6 ER medium lasers and an Ultra AC-20. Okay, so we're gonna have to keep an eye on that. Shadowhawk 2C with some medium lasers and streak SRMs, no big deal. The Griffin with an ER PPC that is a Griffin 2N, so that's an inner sphere PPC, not too big of a threat. The Hellhound 696 with a large pulse laser and some mediums and streaks. The Crab 27B, which I believe has double heat sinks, so it's going to be firing those large lasers every turn. The Fenris with the ER large and 10 SRMs, not too big of a threat. And the Thunderbolt. The Thunderbolt with the 4-5 pilot, PBC, LRM-15, 3 medium lasers, 2 small pulses, and the streak 2. The Sentinel with an Ultra AC-5, not too big a threat. Let me pull up the stats on that. Yeah, it doesn't have a lot of armor, just 10 on the legs, 8 on the arms. 8's on the side torso, 10 on the center torso, so that's only marginally better armored than Cicada. So that Sentinel's gonna go down pretty quick. Let's pull up the map. Okay, so we've got some elevation. We've got some elevation, we've got some woods, we've got tundra on the map. I'm not sure exactly what effect that is going to have. But yeah, let's go ahead, launch this battle. Actually, wait. Let's back out of here. Let's go back to personnel. Fred Jones in the awesome. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get Blind Fighter. There we go. Okay. And then because Blind Fighter is going to be important given that we do have light snowfall. Blind Fighter is going to be Dawn Dusk as well, so yeah. Hoser is going to be having a pretty big advantage over everyone else, given his special abilities. What kind of mission was this again? That was a convoy escort. Oh, we've got Scarponi and Wyvern and Tentacle Shogun and Vernit arriving on round 4. Little Willie, hey, how's it going? Glad you could make it. And yes, Hoser still has bad dice. Okay, so we've got units deploying on round 4. We have Lost Initiative going into deployment phase. Okay. Now, our objective, an allied convoy carrying critical supplies is moving through hostile territory, and a large, heavily armed enemy force is preparing to intercept. Their mission is to ensure that at least 50% of the convoy reaches the far edge of the engagement area intact. They are deploying in the south, along with our allied forces, which is a Phoenix Hawk. We're deploying in the south and the north. Okay, so the convoy has to reach the far edge. That is basically the objective. We're gonna have Tsubasa start here, and he'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It doesn't really matter. Either way. The stalker. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Ash and the archer, or no, Ash and the gargoyle. She'll be jumping, so she'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to there. And Hoser and the awesome will go 1, 2, 3, 4, and just chill. Okay, so we've got units deploying on round 4. That'll be in a couple more rounds. Is that PSA loaded dice? In Hoser's case, it's a disadvantage. Loaded dice rolled loaded on the ones. Okay, Hoser will advance 2 hexes. Probably just chill there. We got the Stalker, will advance 3 hexes. We've got Tsubasa, will advance 5 hexes. At a run, that's 4, 6. And then Ash, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's still long range from the Ryokan. The Ryokan has an autocannon 20. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're medium range from the Ryokan's autocannon 20. That's not great. The Sentinel running and turning on pavement needs a 3, gets it 4. Pouncer unloads elementals. Okay. Let's start with Hoser. We got the Sentinel on 6s. Yeah, we'll do 1, 2, 3 on the Sentinel on 6s. I'll put us at 4 heat under. The Stalker at the Ryokan on 10s. We'll do that. We'll throw in a couple 12s. And throw in a couple 10s. Tsubasa with the Gauss rifle will also be firing on the Ryokan on an 8. And a 6 with the large, and a 10 with the medium, and an 8 with the LRMs. Okay. And that leaves the Man-O-War, which is going to have the Ryokan on 9s or the Hellhound on 12s. That'll be 9s, definitely. Oh, not skipping. Firing. We'll go 1 heat over for all the medium lasers. Okay, the Ryokan did not seem to go down. Griffin missed the Stalker on an 11. The Prowler missed the Ryokan on an 11. The Sentinel hits Ash in the left leg with an autocannon 5 down to 29. Hoser at the Sentinel hits him in the right torso and the right leg, destroying the right torso, blowing off his right arm, critting on his Streak 2 and the small laser, transferring into the center torso, leaving him with 10 structure. Okay, so that's Sentinel with no right arm and no right torso, and 10 points away from losing his center torso. Just has an autocannon 5 left. The Ryokan missed on a bunch of 9s. The Stalker hits the Ryokan in the center torso and the right torso with ER large laser fire down to 15 and 7 in those locations. ER medium to the left arm, LRM 5 to the left leg critical, crits on his lower leg. The Pouncer missed the Phoenix Hawk on an 11. Tsubasa missed on 8s, 6s, and 10s. The Hellhound missed on 9s and 11s. The Man-O-War on 9s hits the Ryokan in the right arm and the head. A Serum takes their first consciousness check, needs a 3, gets a 10. Hits him in the right torso down to 2 armor. The Fenris misses the Gargoyle on a 10. The Phoenix Hawk misses the Elementals on a pair of 12s. The Thunderbolt misses the J-37 Ordnance Transport on a pair of 11s. Ryokan, with its 40 plus damage and a foot actuator hit, needs a pair of 7s, gets a 7 and a 10. The Sentinel took 40 plus, needs a 6, gets a 6. So no one falls down. Can we do physical attacks? The Stalker cannot do physical attacks. Tsubasa and the Grizzly cannot do physical attacks. Ash and her Man-O-War cannot do physical attacks. And Hoser cannot do any physical attacks. Okay, the Hellhound is at 4, the Ryokan is at 6, the Man-O-War is at 1, Phoenix Hawk is at 5, everyone else is running cool. Wait, who did that say? 46 heat sinks? $46. Who has 46? Oh, Hoser has 46 E6. Okay, no big deal. We've got units deploying on round 4 in the north. We have lost initiative going into round 2 because they have 2 more initiative bonus than we do. And we are in fact going first. Let's start with Hoser. Hoser will start by moving forward into those hexes, into that hex. The Stalker will move forward 2 hexes. Tsubasa will move forward 3 hexes at a walk. Maybe try to get some good hits this turn. And then Ash and the Gargoyle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ryokan. I would like to hit the Ryokan, but he hasn't moved yet. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can hit the Thunderbolt real easily. That would split us up a bit, but we do have the Phoenix Hawk over here. Yeah, let's go ahead. We'll try that. Okay, Thunderbolt turning on pavement needs a 4, gets a 5. Crab turning on pavement needs a 2, gets a 3. Crab needs a 2, gets a 4. Pouncer needs a 3, gets an 8. Okay, so everyone turns on pavement successfully. Let's see. Let's start with Hoser. Hoser has the Sentinel on 5s. The Sentinel is already kind of messed up. We just need to hit him in the center torso once. And that is the only target that Hoser has. So we'll go 1, 2, 3. We'll go 5 feet under. We'll switch to the Thunderbolt on 4s, and we'll see if we can knock him down. Oh, sorry, I did not mean to kick the table that the the microphone was on. I'm sure that was loud for you guys, and I do apologize. In the meantime, we've got the Grizzly at the Ryokan on 6s, so that'll be the Gauss Rifle and the large pulse on a 4, the medium pulse on an 8, and the SRM on a 6. Last but not least, the Stalker has the Black Hawk on 10s, has the Ryokan on 9s, has the Sentinel on 9s as well. So we'll do the Ryokan 9, 9, and a pair of 11s. And a 1, 2, 3 on the 9s. Okay, let's see what happens. Not too bad, he says. The Griffin switched to SRM-6. Lots of people got illuminated by searchlights. Hoser hits the Sentinel in the left torso and blows up the Sentinel, destroyed by ejection. Also destroyed the right leg. The Crab hits the Power Man in the left torso, crits on his cargo. The Power Man does not go down yet, but he might. Man of War at the Thunderbolt hits him in the left torso, the right arm, the center torso down to 20, left arm down to 10, right torso, right arm down to 5, left torso down to 9. So that's a lot of armor off the Thunderbolt, but nothing internal. The Griffin misses the Phoenix Hawk on 9s and 11s. Tsubasa hits the Ryokan in the head with a large laser and kills the Ryokan. Wow. That is quite the hit. I was hoping to do that with the Gauss rifle, but the large pulse laser works just as fine. The LRM-10 hits the left torso for 10 down to 7. The Black Hawk hits the Stalker in the left torso and the center torso for 7 each. Yeah, that Ryokan was making me really nervous too at that autocannon 20. I'm glad we were able to neutralize it really quickly with that medium laser, or the large laser. The Stalker hits the Ryokan in the left arm and the right arm and the right torso. The Shadow Hawk hits the Phoenix Hawk in the nothing. Oh no, hits him in the right and left torso with SRMs down to 14 in both of those locations. The Phoenix Hawk misses the Thunderbolt with the large laser. Does hit with the medium pulse laser to the right arm and the center torso rear? Wait, is the Thunderbolt facing away from us? I'm not sure which way the Thunderbolt is facing, but we got him in the back with the medium pulse laser. He's down to 5. The Ryokan, in his dying gasp of breath, hits Tsubasa in the center torso and the left torso with ER mediums down to 16 on that left torso. Left arm and left torso will take another 7 each, down to 9 on that left torso. The Pouncer misses the Phoenix Hawk with both PPCs on 8s, rolls a pair of 3s instead. The Hellhound misses the Man of War on an 11. The Fenris hits the Phoenix Hawk in the right torso and the left torso with an ER large and a small pulse down to 4 on that right torso. And 3 SRMs to the right, left, and center torso down to 2 on that right torso. The Elementals miss the Phoenix Hawk on an 8. The Phoenix Hawk, the Elementals hit the Phoenix Hawk with their flamers for 4 each to the left and right arm, down to 6 in both of those locations. The Thunderbolt misses the J37 with the PPC, does hit the Man of War with the medium laser down to 30 on the CT. Thunderbolt took 60 plus, needs an 8, gets a 6, goes down on his left and center torso, needs an 8 to avoid hurting the pilot, gets a 4, needs a 3 to stay conscious, gets a 5. Tsubasa took 20 plus, needs a 4, gets an 8. Phoenix Hawk, Federated Commonwealth Joint Force Alliance, took 20 plus, needs a 7, gets a 3, takes 5 to the left arm, and hurts the pilot in the fall but does not go unconscious. Physical attacks. The Stalker has no physical attacks. The Mana War. Ash in the Mana War has no physical attacks. Hoser in his ride has no physical attacks either. Okay. So we've killed the Ryokan, which is good. That's an Ultra AC 20 off the field. We've got the Pouncer at 7 heat. So he's going to be taking movement penalties. We've got the Black Hawk at 9 heat. So he's going to be taking movement and targeting penalties. We've got the Griffin at 5 heat, movement penalties. We've got the Thunderbolt at 3 heat. We've got our Mana War at 2. We've got our Phoenix Hawk at 3. Everyone else is running cool. We've won initiative even after the bonuses. We got a 9, they got an 8, but we are going first within our team, which is not great. We'll have the Grizzly advance to here. Needs a 3 to avoid bogging down in the tundra. Okay, we'll do that. Hoser will move forward 1 hex. The Stalker will move forward 1, 2, 3, 4 hexes. And then the Mana War. 1, 2, 3, 4 against the Black Hawk. Black Hawk has 12 ER medium lasers. But not enough double heat sinks to use them all. 3, 4 Pilot Liana. Jumped 5 for TMO 3, so that we need 6s. Yeah, we would need 6s to hit him. We will go ahead and we will take the 6s. Get that out of the way of the chat. Okay, we've got Tsubasa fails to bog down. The Phoenix Hawk successfully gets up. The Thunderbolt successfully gets up. The Crab gets up. The Ice Ferret gets up. Alright, Hoser. We've got Hoser can get shots on the Griffin on 7s. So yeah, we'll go ahead and take 1, 2, 3 of those. The Stalker can hit the Thunderbolt on 5s, so we'll do a pair of those. And a pair of 7s. And a pair of 5s. Or a trio. We'll do a quartet of 5s with the LRMs. And then Tsubasa and the Grizzly. We got the Hellhound on a 0. No, we've got the Hellhound on a 9. We've got the Griffin on a 12. We've got the Blackhawk on a 11. The Thunderbolt on a 7. Yeah, that'll be the Thunderbolt on a 7. We've already got him taking shots from the Stalker. That's just a pair of 5s and some 7s and some 5s. Yeah, we'll do a 7 and a 5 and a 9 and a 7. That'll put us 3 heat under. And then last but not least is Ash. We've got the Elementals on 4s, we've got the Blackhawk on 8s, we've got the Shadowhawk on 9s, we've got the Thunderbolt on 2s. We could take out the Thunderbolt, or we could take out the Elementals on 4s. Yeah, let's go for some of those Elementals, and we'll see how many of those we can take out. Okay, so we'll see how many of those Elementals we can take out. The Crab takes out the Powerman's Hoist / Resting Hoist. Critting on his right arm. Hoser at the Griffin hits him in the left torso, the left leg, and the center torso, down to single digits in both of those locations, down to 12 in the center torso. Stalker. Stalker is apparently shooting the terrain. Am I confused here? Do I not know what's going on? Yes, absolutely. The Stalker hits the terrain for 10, 20, 34. Lightwood's converted to rough. Okay, well, apparently we were shooting at the woods and not the unit in the woods, which I thought we were shooting at. Random guy, hey, how's it going? That terrain did take a lot of damage. It really did. 20 from the large lasers, another 14, and then another 20. So 40, 54 points of damage that terrain took. 54 points of damage to that terrain. Destroyed the Lightwoods, converted it to rough. The Griffin hits Hoser in the left leg with an ERPPC down to 24 armor. Tsubasa at the Thunderbolt on 7s, 5s, and 9s missed with everything. The Black Hawk hits the Man-O-War in the left torso for 7, down to 17. The Man-O-War hits the Elementals. Trooper 4, 5, 4, 3, 3, 3. Kills Trooper 3. 2, 1, 5, 2, 4. Kills number 4. So that is 40% of that elemental unit destroyed. The Shadowhawk hits the Man-O-War in the left arm and the left torso for 7 each, down to 10 on that left torso. And 2 SRMs to the left arm, down to 15. The Phoenix Hawk missed the Pouncer missed the Man-O-War. The Hellhound hits Tsubasa in the left arm for 10, down to 5. And the Fenris hits our friendly Phoenix Hawk in the center torso rear, crits on his engine twice. Hits him in the left leg with a small pulse laser, and 3 SRMs to the right arm, center torso, and left torso rear. Left torso rear is down to 1. The elementals hit Ash all over. She's down to 13 on the left arm. Thunderbolt hits Ash in the left arm again for another 10, down to 3. And the left leg for 5, down to 22. 2 streak SRMs to the left arm and left torso. Left arm is down to 1. The Griffin stays standing. Ash does not. Ash goes down on her left arm, critting on her shoulder. And fails to avoid hurting herself in the fall. She takes a damage and needs a 3 to stay conscious. She gets an 11. We are going to avoid physical attacks this turn. The Fenris kicks our Phoenix Hawk in the right leg for 9, down to 6. The Phoenix Hawk falls down, takes 5 to the left arm, crits on his ER large laser. The 3D. Okay, he's got an ER large laser in each arm, so he is only missing one of them. Okay, the Hellhound is up to 5 heats, the Pouncer is down to 2, the Shadowhawk is up to 2, then Blackhawk is down to 8. The Griffin is down to 2, the Thunderbolt is up to 5, the Stalker is up to 3, the Man of War is down to 1, and the Phoenix Hawk is up to 7. Everyone else is running cool. Round 4, we've got an initiative. We've lost initiative, and we are going first within our team, but we do have reinforcements coming in. We've got 4, 6, 5, 8. 4, 6. 5, 8, 5. Okay, we'll have the Warhammer coming in from here. We'll have the Marauder coming in from here. We've got the Archer coming in from here. And the Cestus coming in from there. Scarponi will move, or no, Wyvern will move forward 4 hexes. Scarponi will move forward 7 hexes. Tentacle Shogun will move forward 7 hexes. And the Cestus will move forward 4 hexes. The Stalker will move forward into the Tundra, where he can see more and avoid bogging down, hopefully. Have many thousands of hours into Rogue Tech? Jesus. That's right before the clan invasion in MechWarrior 5, but going to wait until the new patch comes out that fixes issues with the AI not using their weapons correctly. Going to get back to MegaMek and the HBS Battletech game now. How do you like Rogue Tech versus the other mods? I was looking at Battletech Advanced, 3062. Rogue Tech is nice. I like a lot of the mods. Okay, well, I'm glad you guys were able to, I guess, bond over your shared passion for modifying the Battletech games. I've always been a fan of the tabletop. Spent a lot of time in Rogue Tech Advanced and 3062. Both are really good. Uh, I wish I could agree. I really do. But I don't have the PC to run Rogue Tech. Every time I tried modding it to 3062, but it sounded like it was gonna die on me. It was like struggling, it was whining, it was running badly. I could hear it trying to cool itself down, but it wasn't doing that. Needs a 1 to stand up, we'll do that. Just getting into Battletech in general. Read a bunch of novels. The Great F Legion, good deal. Good to start with. The Blood of Kerensky. Is Rogue Tech your favorite? I'm trying to decide which to install. Rogue Tech, in my opinion, takes the game in like another direction. A direction that includes a lot more of the esoteric technologies that are available. Rogue Tech really opens up a lot of options. I'm not super familiar with it. I haven't played Rogue Tech myself, but I've seen like Baradul playing a fair amount of it. And there's a lot of stuff in there that is not part of the level 1 and level 2 rules in Battletech. I don't know, random guy, if you are familiar with the levels of rules in Battletech. The level 1 tech is basically just 30-25 tech. You know, basic PPCs, basic lasers, basic autocannons, things like that. No advanced jump jets or anything like that. And then level 2 introduces a fair amount of expansions to that. The ER large lasers, or the ER lasers, the pulse lasers, Gauss rifles, ER PPCs, things like that. And then Rogue Tech introduces everything from like mortars to snub-nosed PPCs, lasers that are X-Pulse, which I'm not super familiar with, and a bunch of other things that, well, to be honest, that I'm not familiar with. Everything I know about Rogue Tech, basically, I've learned from Baradul. Which I don't know. It's hard to judge a game based on what you've seen other people playing, but at the same time, I kind of have. Rogue Tech does let you use vehicles also, which I mean, MekHQ lets you use vehicles as well, and that uses the standard basic Battletech rule set for vehicles. Rogue Tech does some weird things with vehicles. Like, I think they take double damage from melee attacks. Same as standard Battletech 2018 does. But the crit rules are different. The firing rules, I think, are a little different. I don't know. I don't know. I've been playing BattleTech for years and years and years, and the Rogue Tech, the 3025, the 3062, all of that just seems to change everything in little ways that add up to, well, I mean, to be honest, they add up to not being the same as the BattleTech game that I'm used to. So, I try to play them, but it's not the same game. It really isn't. So we'll have Hoser advance 1 hex into those woods. We'll have Tsubasa advance into those woods, or into that hex. I heard in the initial playtest of Battletech, back when it was part of FAFSA, vehicles trounced mechs because they're so much cheaper. You can just swarm your opponent with good enough units. They had no nerf. They had to nerf tanks. I believe that. I really do. And this is coming from back when we used to balance games by tonnage because there was no battle value. But me and my friends used to play tanks versus mechs at equal tonnage, and the tanks would generally win. My friend was like, "Oh, tanks are worthless. You can run 100 You could run 100 tons worth of tanks versus 2 daishis and come out on bottom." And I was like, "No, I'll take the tanks over the daishis," and they absolutely won. They really did. But that was, again, like 30 years ago, and the rules have changed significantly since then. That said, with the new, I've heard they are play testing changes to the rules. I can't say that I'm in favor of the new rule changes. I haven't looked into them too extensively. More of a 30-25 player. That is my origins. Yeah, same here. Rogue Tech is fun. Agree to disagree. There's a reason you only play the Savannah Master Swarm once, and that's because your friends do not allow you to play it more than once. You play it once, and after that, your friends are like, "No, we're not doing that again." Yeah, no. You run 20 Savannah Masters against an Alice one time, and suddenly you're not allowed to run Savannah Masters anymore. And I understand that. I do. Because 20 Savannah Masters against an Atlas is not a fair fight. It's as simple as that. It really isn't. And that's why they introduced battle value. Okay, so we've got the Warhammer against the Hellhound. The Hellhound, which is a 50-ton. A large pulse and 2 ER mediums and 4 streaks. Used to love playing the original MechWarrior 2 with flamers on my lights and just swarm an Atlas and flame its behind until it shut down and laser to death while the pilot sat inside. I don't remember using flamers to shut down mechs and MechWarrior 2. Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to say it was not possible. I'm just trying to say that that's not a tactic I ever tried. It may be possible for all I know, but for all I know, it's also just, not really viable. We go 4 heat over on the Hellhound. Tentacle Shogun. We've got a large laser here. We'll do 7 with the ER large, or large pulses. And then an 11 with the ER medium. The Cestus. We can hit the Hellhound on a 9 with the Gauss rifle, so sure, we'll try that. And a 10 with the ER large. And 11 with the large. You know what? We'll throw in the medium pulse for 2 heat over on a 12. Let's see, the Hoser's Ride. We've got the Thunderbolt on a 3, we've got the Griffin on a 4. We got the Fenris on a 7. The Fenris. Fenris has improved sensors. The Fenris has improved sensors, but it's on a 7. The Thunderbolt we can hit on a 3. We'll do 1, 2, 3. We'll go 10 heat over on 3s against the Thunderbolt. That's why we have 4 PVCs, so we can do that. The Stalker. Stalker at the Thunderbolt on 8s. We'll take a pair of ER larges. We'll take a pair of ER mediums. We'll take a quartet of 8s. We'll go 5 heat over on the 8s. Hit the Thunderbolt as hard as we can. And Tsubasa and the Grizzly, we've got the Thunderbolt on 7. So we'll do a 7 and a 5 and a 7 and a 7. Ash has the elementals on 5s, so we can hit them. We only need to hit them 1, 2, 3, 4 times to kill those elementals. So we would like to maybe do that. We'll go heat neutral to try to take out the elementals. Oh, and we went prone. That's not good. In MechWarrior 5, Flamers can't totally shut down mechs. They go up to 90%. Same with MechWarrior Online. Used to love playing the Flamers Online. Yeah, okay. In MechWarrior 5, Flamers can't totally shut down mechs. They go up to 90%. I mean, that kind of mimics the tabletop, and that you can only receive 15 points of heat from external sources. That said, that 15 points can totally shut down a mech. So I don't know. The Warhammer hits the Hellhound in the right arm for 10 down to 4. The Crab hits the Prowler on the right side, immobilizing it. Easy to shut down your own mech with all those flamers hitting the mech. That's one thing that always bothered me about flamers, is that you're accepting 3 points of heat to yourself for the chance to deal 2 points of heat to your opponent. And that, to me, was never super efficient. I'd rather do a medium laser for the 3 heat and the 1 ton that does 5 points of heat, or 5 points of damage. But that's just me. Marauder hits the Hellhound in the right arm and the center torso, down to 2 on that right arm, down to 16 armor on that center torso. Not a Flamer fan either. Yeah, they're not good unless you engage the optional rule that lets you deal damage and heat with them. And even then, they're still pretty meh. At least in my opinion. The Cestus on 9s, 10s, and 11s misses with everything. The Blackhawk hits the Man of War in the left torso, crits on a medium laser and an engine. Would have hit the head with the second one, but hits the right leg instead, down to 27. Right leg, center torso, left arm down to 5 structure, right leg, center torso down to 9 structure. Oh. Oh, hold on. I was ER mediums to the right leg, center torso, down to 10 armor on the gargoyle. And then Hoser at the Thunderbolt hits him in the left arm, the right leg, center torso, leaves him with 9 structure. The Prime Mover misses the Thunderbolt with an SRM6. The Shep Hawk 2C hits the Man of War in the right leg for 3, down to 17. Hits the Man of War in the left arm for 7, down to 4. The Stalker hits the Thunderbolt in the left leg and the left torso for 19, down to 19 on the leg, down to 9 structure on the left torso. ER mediums both miss on 10s, and then 2 LRMs to the chest, down to 7. 3 LRMs to the right torso, down to 16 armor. The J27 misses, or J37 misses the Blackhawk. The Hellhound hits Wyvern in the right torso for 10, down to 14. Grizzly, that's Tsubasa, hits the Thunderbolt in the right leg and the center torso, destroys the Thunderbolt. Medium Pulse to the center torso, LRM 10 to the center torso. Fenris hits the Man of War in the right torso and the left leg. The SRM 6 hits the Man of War in the left arm, left leg, left torso, right leg. Down to 11 structure on the left torso, down to 2 structure on that left arm. And the SRM 4 to the left arm and right arm, destroying the left arm. We're going to need to replace that. The Prowler hits the Crab in the right leg for 6. The Elementals miss the Man of War. It's the Elementals 1, 2, 3, destroys the Elementals. The Elementals at the Gargoyle hits him in the left torso, critting on the engine, the medium laser, critting on the gyro and the jump jet. So the Man of War is likely to go down this turn. The Prowler hits the Crab in the right arm, down to 11. LRM 10 to the Crab's right leg and right torso. Critical for no effect, down to 13 in both of those locations. The Thunderbolt missing on 8s, 9s, and 10s. The Hellhound missing on the Hellhound needs to stay standing on a 5, gets a 10. The Man of War needs a 9, gets an 8. Goes down on her right torso and left arm, transferring into the left torso, critting on a double heat sink. She does fail to avoid hurting Pilot in the fall and needs a 5 to stay conscious, gets an 8. Scarponi will skip his physical attacks. Stalker will fix their physical attacks. Tentacle Shogun and the Cestus and Hoser will skip their physical attacks. The Blackhawk kicks the J37 in the rear, destroying the engine and immobilizing the J37. So that is the Convoy, pretty well damaged. We have 1 initiative, and we are going after our joint force, but before the Convoy. Sharponi will move forward 6 hexes, try to catch that Griffin in the back. Wyvern will jump forward 5 hexes and try to catch that Wyvern in the back. The Cestus will move forward 5 hexes. And the Marauder will also move forward 5 hexes. Okay, so we've got Hoser. Oh, we've got the Stalker. Like the optional rule for damage and heat. Yeah. I think I'm going to start using that optional rule for damage and heat. But to be honest, I still don't think it's going to make me want to install a bunch of flamers on my units. There's still, even if they do 2 damage and 2 heat, that's still 3 heat that they create for you and a ton worth of tonnage. You could get a medium laser for the same heat and tonnage, and it would do more damage to the opponent. So I don't know why you would ever need a flamer. Now, that said, there are certain strategies that can revolve around using a flamer, and they can be really useful. I'm not saying they can't. I'm just saying that in the long run, they don't tend to be as viable as medium lasers. Okay, Tsubasa. We'll move forward. Much better range? Yeah, the medium laser has better range than a heat flamer. 3 times the range at medium, short, and short, medium, and long range. It has 3 times as many hexes at each of those increments. So yeah, that plus the extra damage. Needs a 6 for the damage gyro. Oh, we didn't make it. We fell on our left arm, which transfers into the left torso, leaving us with 1 structure. We landed on our center torso critical for 5 armor remaining. And we hurt our pilot in the fall. We need a 7, we got a 10 to stay conscious. Seems throwing Inferno missiles in with some medium small lasers is a popular combo in MechWarrior 5. Since I only run stock, lots of my favorite vehicles carry flamers, even though vehicle flamers use ammo. Yeah. Medium lasers are really the workhorse on damage. Yes, I agree. I remember in MechWarrior 5, I had a Nova with all medium lasers, and it melted mechs. MechWarrior 2. Okay, yeah. Yeah, in MechWarrior 2, Nova with all the medium lasers will definitely melt everything. Okay, let's see if we can get up with our damage gyro. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we might be able to hit the Griffin if we stand up. We were not able to stand up. We might have lost our left torso. Okay, yeah, left torso down to 1 structure. 5 damage to the left torso. Transfers into the center torso, goes internal in the center torso down to 23 structure. The mana war is definitely hurting. It's like shaboom. Huh. Wyvern will wait. Also, Wyvern has no one in range. Alright, we've got the Griffin on 7s. Alright, we'll do 1, 2, 3 on 7s. We'll go 6 heat over. Scarponi with the PPCs and the ERs will go 9s. Oh, no. We'll do a pair of 9s and that'll be it. The Stalker, we got him on 10s. We got him on 7s. So yeah, that'll be a pair of ER larges on 7s and a pair of ER mediums on 7s. And a medium on a, you know what? No. We're gonna do one ER medium on a 7 and 2 ER mediums on 7s. And then on 9s, we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 medium lasers. We'll do an LRM 10 on 9s as well. That'll put us 4 heat over. Tentacle Shogun has the Griffin on 7s, so we'll do 2 large pulse lasers. And we'll do an 11 to put us 4 heat over for those. Tsubasa with the Gauss rifle. We've got the Blackhawk on 9s. The Griffin on 9s, so we'll do 9, 7, 7, 11, and 9. That'll put us 2 heat over. The Cestus, we got the Griffin on 11s, we got the Hellhound on 11s. We'll go ahead and lay into the Griffin some more on 11 with the Gauss rifle and the ER large with a 12. Medium pulse is out of range. No, we'll do the medium pulse at the Hellhound on a 12. And the medium laser will stay silent. And that'll give us 20 heat out of 24, so that's plenty fine. Ash is prone and is missing the left torso. We've got the Fenris on 11s. That puts us 9 heat over? Jeez, no. We'll do 4 medium lasers. That puts us at 12 heat. Okay, everyone gets eliminated. The crab hits the prowler for a couple times, costing it immobilization. Hoser at the Griffin hits him in the center torso, hits him in the head, destroys the Griffin. Nice. Headshot with the ARPPC. Nice shooting with that. The Griffin hits the J-27, stuns the crew for a couple turns. The Warhammer misses the Griffin. The Blackhawk hits the J-27, destroys the J-27. Headshot, yes, with a 15-point PPC. So that is an automatic kill. The Stalker hits the crab in the center torso and the left arm. Hits him in the left arm again for 5 down to 4. Hits him in the right torso for 5 down to 8. Hits him in the right leg for 5 down to 8. Down to, yeah. And hits the crab in the left leg for 3 down to 21. The Shadowhawk misses with everything. The Marauder hits the Griffin in the right arm with a large pulse laser. The Grizzly hits the Griffin in the left torso with a large pulse laser. And a medium pulse laser to the right torso and a small pulse laser to the chest. The Hellhound hits the Stalker in the right leg for 10 down to 20. The Cestus missed with everything. The Fenris missed with everything. Manowar missed with everything. The Elementals hit the J-37 Ordnance Transport. It's already dead. And the Prowler missed the Crab on 8s. The Crab stays standing, needs a 4, gets a 7. Alright, the Stalker cannot make any physical attacks. The Tentacle Shogun cannot make any physical attacks. Cestus cannot make any physical attacks, nor can Hoser. The Crab kicks the Prowler in the front for 10 down to 10 armor and immobilizes the Prowler. The Hellhound is up to 10 heat. It is holding at 10 heat. The Warhammer is down to 3. The Stalker is down to 4. The Marauder is up to 4. And Hoser is down to 6. The victory conditions are, I believe we have to make 50% of our convoy reach the opposite edge. Or we can destroy or rout 50% of the OP4. So those are our victory conditions. Let's check the battle value real quick. Okay, so we got them down to 64% of their forces. We need to get them down to 50. Oh, 64.46 right there. We'll see if we can't take them out this turn. If not, we might have to just call it then anyways. Hoser will stand still. Wyvern will advance. Scarponi will advance. Stalker will advance. Tentacle Shogun. Tentacle Shogun will advance to this side. Ash would like to back up. Needs a pair of 6s for bogging down in the tundra, and she does not stand up. That's not good. Okay, well, it's kind of first turn to move. Your turn to move. Oh, Tsubasa still has to move. And the Cestus. Cestus will move forward 4 hexes. And finally, Tsubasa will advance on the Black Hawk. No, hit the Black Hawk, but only if we make a 2. We can make a 2. Oh, Man of War fell on its chest and destroyed itself by engine destruction. Okay, well, At least none of them get the XP for the kill. And we should be able to replace that engine because we do have a spare in stock. SRM4s are not in range. Scarponi can hit the Shadowhawk on a pair of 7s. Can hit the Elementals on a pair of 8s. Can hit the Hellhound on a pair of 8s. We'll do the Shadowhawk on a pair of 7s. Okay, pair of 7s at the Phoenix Hawk, at the Shadowhawk. Where's Tentacle Shogun? We can hit him on 5s and 9s. We'll go 5 heat over for 5s and 9s. The Stalker. Okay. At the Crab, which is already damaged, we'll skip the ER larges because they're just so much heat. We'll do 2 ER mediums, we'll do 5 mediums, and we'll do 2 SRM6s. We'll do a pair of 11s with the LRM5s. Tsubasa at the Blackhawk, we've got him on a 7 with the Gauss rifle, we've got him on a 5 with the large pulse, and a medium pulse, and a 7 with the small pulse, and a 7 with the medium, or the LRMs. The Cestus at the Elementals on 11s, or at the Hellhound on 11. We'll do the Gauss rifle and the ER large. And I guess that's all we got. Last but not least, Hoser. Hoser at the Crabs on 1s. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. That puts us at 50 heat exactly. Crab is down and out. Crab hits the Stalker in the left arm and the left torso with ER large lasers down to 20 and 12. Medium laser to the right arm and small laser to the right leg down to 23 and 17. The Blackhawk hits Tsubasa in the right torso for 7 down to 16. Hits him in the left arm for 7 down to 9 structure. The Warhammer missed the Shadowhawk on a pair of 7s. The Shadowhawk hits the Warhammer in the left torso on 11, down to 13 armor there. The Marauder hits the Shadowhawk in the right leg for 10 down to 10. The Stalker hits the Crab in the left arm for 7 down to 5. Medium laser to the center torso, medium laser to the center torso down to 14, medium laser to the left torso and left leg down to 11 and 16, medium laser to the left torso down to 6, SRM6s for 9 SRMs hits the center torso, the left arm, left torso down to 4, left arm down to 1 structure, right leg down to 4 armor, right torso down to 6 armor, right arm down to 7 armor. Right leg takes another 3 LRMs down to 1 armor remaining. The Pouncer hits Hoser in the right torso with an ER-PPC down to 9 armor and fails to start a fire with its second PPC. The Grizzly hits the Blackhawk in the right torso, glancing blow with the right torso with large pulse down to 11. The Hellhound misses, the Cestus misses, the Fenris misses, the Awesome hits the Crab in the right leg, destroys the right leg, transfers into the right torso, hits him in the right leg again, transferring into the right torso, leaving him with 1 structure, hits him in the right leg again, transferring into the right torso and transferring into the center torso, destroying the center torso and killing the Crab. That is a kill for Hoser. And no one falls down for damage. Okay, so everyone's running pretty cool. We have them down to 56% of their forces. They've got us down to 82% of ours. Wyvern will move forward 5 hexes. Scarponi will move forward 5 hexes. It's a 3. The Cestus move forward 4 hexes. And Tentacle Shogun will close in on the Shadowhawk 2C. Let's see. Hoser will turn and move forward. The Stalker will move forward. And Tsubasa lots of pinning on Hoser's mech today. Yeah, I mean, we got at least 1 kill. Wyvern. Can Wyvern hit anything? Wyvern cannot hit anything. Scarponi can hit the Shadowhawk on 9s. That's about all we got. Is we got the Shadowhawk on 9s. We'll do 1, 2. Okay, we'll do 1. Fine. On a 9. Tentacle Shogun at the Shadowhawk. We got him on 4s, so we'll skip the ER larges. We'll skip the ER mediums. We'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll do a small pulse on a 4. A small laser on a 6. Okay, so we'll do that for 8 heat over. The Stalker, it's the Black Hawk on 8s. And 10. No, we'll hold off on the 10s. So yeah, that'll be 8s from the Stalker. Tsubasa at the Elementals. We've got him on 10s and what, 7s? Yeah, 7, 7, 7, and a 9. We'll go 3 heat over for that. The Cestus. We've got the Shadowhawk on a 9. ER large on a 10, the medium pulse on a 9, or the large on a 10, 9, the medium pulse on a 10 for 2 heat over. And last but not least, Hoser the Blackhawk on 3s. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yeah, we are definitely trying to kill that Blackhawk. No gyro, okay. He hit us with a couple ER mediums to the right arm, and the right arm, and the left arm, and the left torso. We hit the Marauder, or no, the Warhammer missed the Shadowhawk. The Shadowhawk hits the Marauder on the right arm, and the left torso. And the left torso down to 17. The Marauder hits the Shadowhawk in the left torso, the left arm, right torso, left, right torso, center torso, right torso down to 3, left arm down to 9. The Stalker hits the Blackhawk in the chest, and the chest down to 3 armor, and the chest again down to 12 structure. Nice. And a medium laser to the left arm for 2 down to 14. The Grizzly missed with the large pulse laser, hits Trooper 4 with the medium pulse laser, hits Trooper 5 with the small pulse laser. The Hellhound missed with everything. The Cestus hits the Shadowhawk in the left arm, critting on his lower arm. Missed with the large lasers. Hit him in the left torso with the medium pulse laser. The Fenris hits Grizzly in the left arm, destroying the left arm. What is in that left arm? Large pulse, medium pulse, small pulse. Okay, but not the Gauss rifle, so that's good. The Awesome hits the Blackhawk in the right leg, right arm, center torso, destroys the Blackhawk. And the right arm destroying the Blackhawk's right arm and transferring it to the right torso. The Elementals miss on 10s. The Shadowhawk stays standing. The Awesome stays standing. 20 plus, needs a 5, gets a 7. Physical attacks, we've got the Archer. Will not be making any physical attacks. Tentacle Shogun, no. The Cestus will not be making any physical attacks, and Hoser will not be making any physical attacks. The Shadowhawk kicks Tentacle Shogun in the right torso for 9 down to 14. Did not knock him down. Let's see. Stalker is up to 8 heat, but we knew he was going to be running hot. And we've got him down to 41.5%, so we can call this a / victory. Okay, so yes, we saved the graphic file. Yes, we saved the MUL. Yes, we retain the battlefield control. The Man-O-War is inoperable because it took 3 engine hits, which fortunately we can hopefully repair that. The Grizzly took moderate damage. That is, it's missing its left arm, including 3 pulse lasers, which I would like to replace. Ash took 3 hits. The Ryokan is inoperable. We can salvage those ER mediums and the Ultra AC-20. We got him in the head. Okay, so yeah, we can take the Ryokan, but that's all we can take. Or we can let them keep the Ryokan. We can take the Thunderbolt, the Griffin, the Crab, and the Blackhawk. We can take all 4 of those or the Ryokan. I'm going to take all 4 of those. Elemental, we captured some people, okay. We've got Hoser with 3 kills, the Griffin, the Blackhawk, and the Crab. We've got, and the Sentinel, so 4 kills. So that's 5 XP for Hoser, 1 for Ash, 2 for Tsubasa, 2 kills. The Thunderbolt and the Ryokan. Loot Goblin, trying to, yeah. Force withdrawal 50%, North Edge. +3, +1, +1. We did preserve 50%. Okay, so that's 4 of our support victory points. Scenario victory points. Okay. And Ash was wounded in combat. She gets a purple heart, so we'll issue that. Hoser got a bronze star for getting 4 kills. And we will be saving our game here. 0908. Oh, 0908. We're gonna go version 3, since I already have a version 2 from earlier today. Alright, well, we're running a little behind, so I will bid you all adieu. Don't forget to like, comment, follow, subscribe, join the community. Link to the Discord is in my bio. We are going to be playing again next week. Until then, have a good one. Don't forget to like, comment, follow, subscribe, join the community, and we will see you then.